Hello folks, coming up next is something interesting. Do you think if animals could talk, people would be more hesitant about hunting them? Why or why not? Yes, imagine trying to kill a bird screaming about sex. Don't kill me, mate. I'm just trying to get my cloaca moist. Interesting. I would say yes, because that would mean you can build a relationship. You don't want to kill your dear friend. Yeah, but what if that deer isn't a friend and a straight up anus? Like a real frick buck type. I sleep with so many does in the rut, I don't even give them a chance to say no. You can't tell me you wouldn't put the buck down. Whoa, did a deer run over your grandma? Everyone's assuming this means they'll be intelligent. A talking deer could just go around saying grass. 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 Doe. Grass. Buck. Horns. Smash. Grass. Like the groundhog screaming Alan? Ha ha. Maybe his name's not Alan. Steve. 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 Oh wait. His name was Alan. Alan, 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 Alan. If trees could scream, would we be so cavalier about cutting them down? We might, if they screamed all the time. Jack Handy, we might, if they screamed all the time, for no good reason. Oh, I forgot about that part for like 20 years, I was quoting it from memory. Thanks. It's funnier your way. Cows would have a legitimate beef and try to talk their way out of the slaughterhouse by steering things in a different direction. Grade A post. Some real meat here. They're really raising the stakes on Reddit's pun game. A steak pun is a rare medium done well. Both yes and no. Some people would feel sympathy for the creature's expressions of its thoughts. Other people would be like, OMFG, this thing won't shut up and there's no real penalty for killing it, so smashy smashy, shooty shooty. Could you imagine some anus pig or bull someone has as a pet? Oi, ya clitoris. Any fatter and I would frick you like one of me cows. I would enjoy that steak to say the least. I just spat out my tea. If they just had the ability to express their thoughts, it wouldn't make much of a difference. Very few animals are capable of complex thought, and the few that are still nowhere near human level. So you're not going to hear Bambi say, please don't kill my mama. It's gonna be more like food'em tasty you danger run away more food'em hey anyone wanna frick? I reckon dolphins and most of the great apes are probably comparable to human children at various stages of development. If any creature on Earth could be our equal, it's the octopus. People can talk and we don't hesitate about hurting them. But we don't hunt them for food. That's a big difference. PSHH, says who? Probably yes. Hunting is far more animal friendly, though. If you think about it, they get to live their lives to the fullest extent, then one day something goes bang. And they fall over dead. I think that's a good way to go. A much better life than anything pigs, cows and chickens in commercial meat farms have to endure. Hunting can in fact help a population. It reduces overeating, forces new genes into that population by opening up territory. And usually keeps the best healthy genes thriving. End summation. Hunting absolutely helps an animal population. When regulated and managed. Are you kidding me? With most animals I am certain that every other thought is either how to frick you or kill you. I had an iguana once and he was usually the sweetest pet I've ever had. But if he ever crawled to a height taller than your head, he would immediately become aggressive and try to whip you with his tail. Reminds me of a story I heard long ago. A guy had a pet, iguana I think? Anyway, some kind of large lizard, which was never nice and always aggressive and territorial in the guy's house. So one day the lizard bites him, and it hurts so bad. After the bite, the guy gets sick from an infection to the bite. He's bedridden, but he notices his pet lizard is easing up to him, like watching him from across a room or getting close while he lays down. He thinks the lizard feels sorry for biting him and his animal apologizing. The infection gets bad, so the guy has to go to the hospital, where he tells his doctor about the bite, and about how his lizard must finally be warming up to him because it's been getting closer and nicer. Doc says, nah, actually the lizard bit you and this species will follow their victims around until they eventually die so they can eat them more easily. Seeing as there is things like slavery / human trafficking / abuse of all types still very much alive and seen as a profitable means of business within our own species, I'd say yeah, we would still hunt them, and probably make a reality show out of it showing them running for their lives and us as the victors in each episode. I think we would be quickly convinced of how much more useful they are as food than as orders. Imagine a fish betraying its own and telling the fisherman where he can get loads more fish. I would airboard those duckers until they spilled the beans on the school's location. In the Long Earth series, when discussing an AI getting human rights, they make the point that, if something has the ability to beg for the right to exist, then it should probably have the right to exist. So yeah, if animals could be like, hey wait, don't shoot, I think people would probably think twice. Thing is though, even if they could talk, they wouldn't be smarter enough to say that. It'd probably some distribution of companion animals and food stock animals like we have now. The ability to speak in human, or human in dog, doesn't mean you can exchange thoughts, give instructions, or even have relatable conversations. Our current level of relationships with companion animals is pretty much bare bones, the least that we can come to terms with each other's methods and modes. When's the last time you sympathized with a chatbot whose service is being taken offline? That's just a short-term projection. In the long term, it all depends on how well each side develops across generations. It'll probably be more how the animal side develops to human standards. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.